Friends, on behalf of Mari Tadley Foundation, we extend a very hearty welcome to all of you for this exciting monthly Sabki Suno program. This is a program that gives an opportunity to all of us to speak, to express our views, thoughts on the issues which are known to us and that may be interesting to everyone. That's essentially the philosophy behind the Sabki Suno program. And we see that the gradually over a period of time, sometimes the interest subsided, sometimes the interest has gone up. But for some people, the interest remains from the very beginning very active. And one among them is the first speaker of the day, and that is Ramani Iyer sir. So I request Ramani sir to please kindly take it forward and deliver the maiden talk of the Sabke Suno program.
Thank you, sir. Am I audible?
Audible, audible.
Okay, thank you. Good evening, Dr. Sengupta. Thank you. Good evening, friends. Recently, more than 20 innocent lives were lost in Pahalgam due to terrorist activity. The Indian Armed Forces launched a successful operation, codenamed Sindhu, to destroy the terrorist training camps located in Pakistan and Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. My talk today is not on this operation, but it is intended to pay a tribute to the armed forces by creating awareness about some basic aspects of the forces. There are many ways of paying tribute to the armed forces. The common citizen pays homage by observing a moment of silence in remembrance of a soldier. The government sets up war memorials and honors the soldiers with gallantry awards like Paramveer Chakra, Mahavir Chakra, and Veer Chakra. The corporate world provides second career opportunities to ex-servicemen and disabled soldiers. The newspapers print the series Salute the Soldier by allotting space free of cost for military units to remember their martyrs. The film actors go to the front to entertain the forces. The film industry produces war movies like Pukar, Badur, Hakikat, Uri, etc. Many democracies have recognized the talents of the military personnel and elected persons with military background as ministers, prime ministers, and presidents at difficult times. Winston Churchill, Clement Attlee, Leonid Brezhnev, Nikita Khrushchev, Harry Truman, Jimmy Carter, Eisenhower, and General Charles de Gaulle are examples. Central to the ethos of these forces are their mottos and war cries, encapsulating the spirit and resolve of the men who serve under the banner. The motto of the Indian forces fills our hearts with pride and respect. The Indian Army's motto is Seva Paramo Dharmaha. Service is our prime duty. The motto of the Indian Air Force is Nava Sparsham Diptam. Touch the sky with glory. Apparently, this has been taken from Bhagavad Gita. The motto of the Indian Navy is Sham no Varuna. May the Lord of the oceans be auspicious unto us. I understand it is from the Taittiriya Upanishad. A military operation refers to activities carried out in a planned and organized manner by a nation's armed forces to achieve specific objectives. Since independence, India had to carry out a number of military operations in order to maintain internal peace, guard territory, or provide disaster relief and humanitarian assistance. The early operations had the objective of integrating the princely states of Junagadh and Nizam state, Hyderabad. The 1961 operation was meant to liberate Goa, Diu, and Daman from Portuguese rule. In later years, a few operations were conducted with the objective of handling militants and Naxalites. A few operations had peacekeeping objectives in neighboring countries like Maldives and Sri Lanka. There were several operations to defend the intrusion into Indian territory by China and Pakistan. In addition to in addition to disaster relief, Indian armed forces have conducted operations to evacuate Indian citizens from other countries in war situation, like examples are Yemen and Ukraine. Apart from the weapons and training, the real strength for the armed forces comes from the unity, support, and recognition displayed by the citizens of the country. The nation salutes the armed forces. In closing, I would like to recall what General Bipin Rawat, the then Chief of Defense Staff, who died in an air crash a few years ago, summed it all up by saying, "Our national flag does not fly because the wind moves it. It flies with the last breath of every soldier who died defending it." I think it is fully true. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot, Ramaniat sir. I think you have exemplified the role which is played by the armed forces for the service of the nation, and more importantly, for the peacekeeping in other nations of the world also. And Indian Army is indeed known for its valor, sense of duty, discipline, dedication. I mean, so there is, it is second to none in the world, actually. We are proud of the Indian Army. And thanks a lot for giving this inaugural talk on this very, very passionate topic of the day. Thank you very much, sir. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
May I request the second speaker of the day, Meena Saxena, madam, to please come forward.
Namaskar, sir. Am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible.
सर, आज मैं एक बहुत कॉमन टॉपिक है उस पे मैं कुछ बताऊंगी। बढ़ती उम्र में आत्मविश्वास की आवश्यकता, सेल्फ कॉन्फिडेंस। बहुत कुछ बोला गया होगा इस पे पहले भी, पर मैं भी कुछ थोड़ा सा बोलना चाहती हूँ। मैं एक छोटी सी कहानी सुनाना चाहती हूँ कि एक लेडी थी, सरला जी। वो बहुत एक्टिव थी, हमेशा रिटायर्ड प्रिंसिपल थी और हमेशा एक्टिव रही। अकेले ही फ्रेंड्स के साथ घूमना फिरना, कभी हस्बैंड के साथ, कभी अपने फ्रेंड्स के साथ ही देश देश विदेश का टूर करती थी। अचानक उनके हस्बैंड की डेथ हो गई तो उन्हें अपने बच्चों के पास रहना पड़ा। बच्चे ले आए थे उनको और बच्चे बहुत प्यार से उनको रखते थे। भाई कुछ भी काम करने नहीं देते थे। हमेशा उन्हें कहीं जाना था कैब बुक करा देते थे, कुछ खरीदना होता था ऑनलाइन शॉपिंग करा देते थे। वो कुकिंग कुछ करना चाहती थी तो कहती थी माँ आपको क्या खाना है, कुक बना देगी, वो बना हुआ मिल जाता था। कहने का मतलब है बच्चे इतना उनकी उनका ख्याल करते थे तो वो उन्हें कुछ नहीं करना पड़ता था। धीरे धीरे साल 2 साल में उनका ऐसा हो गया कि वो बेचारी एकदम कोने में कमरे में पड़ी रही, बैठी रहती थी, करने को कुछ नहीं था तो क्या करती। फिर धीरे धीरे वो बात करने से डरने लगी। छोटा छोटा काम भी उनको लगता था कि मैं नहीं कर पाऊंगी, मेरे से गलत हो जाएगा। तो एक बार फिर उनकी एक पुरानी फ्रेंड आई, वो जो डॉक्टर थी, तो उनसे बात की। तो बात करते करते फिर उनके बच्चों ने कहा कि आंटी देखिए, मम्मी को हम लोग हर तरीके से प्यार और पूरी हम उनको तवज्जो देते हैं और पूरा उनका ध्यान रखते हैं, फिर भी मम्मी देखिए दिन पर दिन कैसे होती जा रही हैं। तो और वो बात करने से भी डर रही हैं, लोगों से मिलने जुलने से भी डरती हैं, तो कैसे उनकी हालत होती जा रही है। तो उन्होंने डॉक्टर ने पूरी उनसे बातचीत करी, उनकी अपनी फ्रेंड से बात करने के बाद उन्होंने जो बच्चों को बताया, उन्होंने बच्चों को ये बात बताई कि ये और कुछ नहीं है, ये लैक ऑफ सेल्फ कॉन्फिडेंस है। तो ये कॉन्फिडेंस एक ऐसी चीज है जो हमें हर उम्र में बहुत जरूरी है, सिर्फ बचपने में ही नहीं, जवानी में ही नहीं, बुढ़ापे में भी हमें सेल्फ कॉन्फिडेंस की बहुत ज्यादा जरूरत होती है। सेल्फ कॉन्फिडेंस लूज हो जाने से क्या होता है कि नींद नहीं आती है, लोगों को भूख कम लगती है, डाइजेशन की प्रॉब्लम होती है, घबराहट होती है, दुनिया भर की और भी बीमारियां उससे रिलेटेड उन्हें होने लगती हैं। अब क्या है कि सेल्फ कॉन्फिडेंस को बनाए रखने के लिए हमें क्या करना चाहिए, ये क्योंकि हम सबके लिए बहुत जरूरी है। हम सभी बढ़ती हुई उम्र के हैं, तो हम सबके लिए ये बहुत जरूरी है। तो सबसे पहले उसके लिए हम लोगों को क्या करना है कि अपना कंपैरिजन किसी से नहीं करना है। हम जो भी हैं, जैसे भी हैं, हम अच्छे हैं। हमें किसी से कोई लेना नहीं। कोई अच्छा, बहुत अच्छा डांस करता है, बहुत अच्छा गाना गाता है, बहुत अच्छा खेलता है, बहुत अच्छा कुछ करता है, वो करता होगा। हम जैसे हैं हम वैसे ही अच्छे हैं। और अपनी खूबियों को पहचाने। हम जो काम बहुत अच्छे से कर सकते हैं, हमें उन खूबियों को और आगे बढ़ाने की कोशिश करनी चाहिए, उन खूबियों पे काम करना चाहिए। और सबसे बड़ी बात क्या, जैसे बच्चों के लिए करते हैं ना, जैसे जब छोटा बच्चा चलना सीखता है तो माँ दूर खड़ी हो जाती है, उसको प्यार से पास बुलाती है, आजा आजा आजा। और जब बच्चा चल के माँ के पास पहुंचता है तो माँ कितना खुश होकर उसको एनकरेज करती है। इसी तरीके से हम लोगों को भी अपने इस एज में छोटे छोटे एम बनाने चाहिए। वो एम जैसे हमें भी है, मान लो वॉक पे जा रहे हैं, आज हमने यहाँ इस पोल तक हमने वॉक करी, थक गए। अब नेक्स्ट डे हम कहेंगे कि हम नेक्स्ट वॉक तक, या हम उससे थोड़ा सा और आगे हम जाएंगे। अगर हम वहां तक आराम से चले जाते हैं तो वो हमारे अंदर एक अच्छा आत्मविश्वास पैदा करता है। छोटी छोटी सी हमें अपने एम बनाने चाहिए, अपना मनपसंद काम करना चाहिए। जो कई काम ऐसे होते हैं जो हम लोग यंग एज में नहीं कर पाए, और शादी हो गई, बच्चे हो गए, बच्चों की पढ़ाई, ट्रांसफर, हस्बैंड का, ये वो दुनिया भर की बातें होती हैं जो नहीं कर पाए, वो हम इस एज में हम कर सकते हैं और हमें करना भी चाहिए। अपने मनपसंद कोई भी इंस्ट्रूमेंट बजाना हम सीख सकते हैं, कुछ भी हम कर सकते हैं, नया लैंग्वेज सीख सकते हैं। और तो और फिर हम जैसे कोई नया जैसे खाना बनाना है, नई नई डिश बना सकते हैं। और उसके अलावा छोटे मोटे हम समाज सेवा के काम कर सकते हैं, जैसे जो गरीब बच्चे हैं उनको हम पढ़ा सकते हैं, छोटा मोटा इस तरीके से हम काम करके हम अपने अंदर उस चीज, उन सब बातों से हमें अपने अंदर आत्मविश्वास आएगा। और उसके अलावा उसके अलावा क्या है, सबसे बड़ी बात यह है कि हम अपनी थिंकिंग पॉजिटिव रखनी है। नेगेटिव बात को मन में नहीं लाना। जो बीत गया वो बीत गया, खत्म हो गया, उसको हम पलट के नहीं ला सकते। हमेशा पॉजिटिव सोचना है, पॉजिटिव थिंकिंग रखनी है। और ऑफ कोर्स सबसे बड़ी बात तो ये है कि हमें अपना फिजिकल स्ट्रेंथ बना के रखना है, वॉक करनी है, एक्सरसाइज करना है। क्योंकि देखो बीमार आदमी तो भैया उसके पास क्या कॉन्फिडेंस होएगा, बीमार आदमी के पास तो कोई कॉन्फिडेंस रह ही नहीं सकता है। इसलिए बहुत जरूरी है अपनी फिजिकल स्ट्रेंथ को हम बना करके रखें। इन सब चीजों के लिए तो भाई एमआरएल हम लोगों को बहुत सपोर्ट करता है। इसमें बहुत सी बातें तो ये है कि हमें सेनगुप्ता सर ने एक ऐसा मंच दे रखा है जिसमें हम लोग बहुत सी चीजें जो हम लोग करना चाहते थे नहीं कर पाए थे, वो हम अब हम लोग कर पाते हैं। तो अपना हुनर दिखाने का हम लोगों को मौका मिलता है, आत्मविश्वास बढ़ाने का बहुत अच्छा हम लोगों को ये मंच हम लोगों को मिला हुआ है। अब अंत में मैं यही कहना चाहूंगी कि अगर हमें एंड में भी, लाइफ के एंड में भी, अंत में भी अपना रेस्पेक्टफुल लाइफ हमें जीनी है, तो और इंडिपेंडेंट बन के रहना है, तो हमें अपना सेल्फ कॉन्फिडेंस बना के रखना ही है। ये बात हमें हमेशा दिमाग में ला के रखनी है कि हमें अपना कॉन्फिडेंस लूज नहीं करना है। हमें कॉन्फिडेंस, अपना सेल्फ कॉन्फिडेंस बना के रखना ही है। उम्मीद है मैंने जो छोटे छोटे से बात बताई थी उसको आप लोग ध्यान रखेंगे और आप लोगों को भी वो हेल्पफुल लगेगी। धन्यवाद।
मीना सक्सेना जी, आप बहुत ही बढ़िया टॉपिक पे आपने टॉक किया, दैट हाउ सेल्फ कॉन्फिडेंस इज इम्पोर्टेंट, दैट इज द कोर ऑफ लाइफ। जब आप तीन चीज हम लोग बोलते हैं नॉर्मली, सेल्फ अवेयरनेस, सेल्फ मैनेजमेंट, एंड द सेल्फ मैनेजमेंट एंड सेल्फ अवेयरनेस लीड टू द सेल्फ कॉन्फिडेंस। तो सेल्फ कॉन्फिडेंस नहीं है तो आदमी कुछ नहीं हो सकता है। हम जो भी हैं अपने सेल्फ कॉन्फिडेंस के बदौलत ही हैं, चाहे जिस एज में हम हो, चाहे हम बच्चे हों, चाहे हम यंग हो, चाहे मिडिल एज के हों, चाहे ओल्ड एज में हो। सेल्फ कॉन्फिडेंस बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है। आपके टिप्स बहुत अच्छे लगे, थैंक यू वेरी मच। आपने बहुत अच्छी बात पे बात की, वेरी नाइस मैडम। अग्रवाल साहब, आमंत्रित करता हूँ आपको।
Thank you very much, Dr. Sengupta ji, and good evening to all my friends in MRL. This is my talk is a message to all seniors. At this evening of life, every one of us starts thinking in terms of who am I? After retirement, with no job, no routine, and a quiet house echoing with silence, I finally began to discover my true self. Who am I? I built bungalows, raised farmhouses, invested in ventures, big and small, and yet now I find myself bound within four simple walls. Nature smiled and asked, "Who are you, dear friend?" And I replied, "I'm just fine. I'm just me." Am I audible, sir?
You're
Am I-
audible.
Thank you. Thank you. From bicycle to moped, bike to car, I chased speed and style. But now I walk slowly, alone, inside my room. Nature smiled and asked, "Who are you, dear friend?" And I replied, "I am just me." I have seen states, countries, continents, but today my journey stretched only from drawing room to kitchen. I learnt about cultures and traditions, but now I simply long to understand my own family. Nature smiled again. "Who are you, dear friend?" And I said, "I am just me." Once I celebrated birthdays, engagements, weddings in grand style, but today I count coins to buy vegetables. Once I fed extra bread to cows and dogs. Today, even my own meal feels like a challenge. Nature asked once more, "Who are you, dear friend?" And I answered, "I am just me." Gold, silver, diamonds, pearls sleep quietly in lockers. Suits and blazers hang untouched in wardrobes. But now I live in soft cotton, simple and free. I once mastered English, French, Hindi, but now I find comfort in reading my mother tongue. Nature asked once more, "Who are you, dear friend?" And I answered, "I am just me." I traveled endlessly for work, and now I reflect on those profits and losses measured in memories. I ran businesses, nurtured a family, built many connections, but now my dearest companion is the kind neighbor next door. Nature asked once again, "Who are you, dear friend?" And I answered, "I am just me." I once followed every rule, strived in education, but now I finally see what truly matters. After all, life's highs and lows, in a quiet moment, my soul whispered to me, "Enough now, get ready, O travelers, it's time to prepare for the final journey." Nature smiled gently. "Who are you, dear friend?" And I replied, "Oh, nature, you are me, and I am you. Once I soared in the skies, now I touch the earth with grace. Forgive me, give me one more chance to live, not as a money making machine, but as a true human being, with values, with family, with love. To all seniors out here, wishing you love, strength, and peace. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.
अग्रवाल जी आपका बहुत फिलोसॉफिकल क्या बोलते हैं एक स्टेटमेंट ऑफ लाइफ था where the balance sheet is totally different than the what is normally understood at the balance sheet of a company or the balance sheet of a human being, measured in terms of the properties, measured in terms of the the tangible assets, intangible assets, and all these things. So it's a high time that all of us start to look within and try to find out who we are, because once we can discover truly that what we are and who we are, probably the majority of the problems are solved. So you raised a very, very important philosophical aspect. Thank you very much, sir. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
May I request Sandhya Garat, madam?
हेलो, गुड इवनिंग सर। सर मैं आज समय का महत्व इस चीज पे बोलना चाहती है। समय क्या है? समय एक ऐसी चीज है जो हीरे सोने से भी महंगी है। समय की कीमत पैसे से ज्यादा है। समय किसी दुश्मन से ज्यादा ताकतवर है। समय से बेहतर कोई नहीं सिखा सकता। समय का महत्व बहुत है और इसका अर्थ भी गहरा है। इसलिए सफल जीवन के लिए समय के महत्व को समझना जरूरी है। समय प्रबंधन हमारे जीवन में एक महत्वपूर्ण भूमिका निभाता है। समय का प्रबंधन का मतलब है अपने जीवन के हर पल को मैनेज करना और उचित समय प्रबंध से अपनी काम की अग्रिम तैयारी करना, ताकि आप भविष्य में और अधिक लाभ कमाने में सक्षम हो सके। समय प्रबंधन सभी जीवित प्राणियों के लिए आवश्यक है, चाहे वे युवा हो, बड़े हो या वरिष्ठ नागरिक हो। कहा जाता है कि समय उन्हें महत्व देता है जो समय को महत्व देते हैं। अच्छे काम के लिए समय का सदुपयोग करना चाहिए। जब हम अच्छे काम के लिए समय का सदुपयोग करेंगे तो हमें परिणाम भी अच्छा मिलेगा। और अगर आप समय को बुरे काम में इस्तेमाल करेंगे तो यह आपको निश्चित रूप से बुरा परिणाम देगा। बहुत से लोग समय को महत्व नहीं देते। वे सोचते हैं कि पैसा ही सब कुछ है जो उन्हें सफल और खुश रखता है, लेकिन बाद में जब उन्होंने समय गवाया तो उन्हें पता चलता है कि समय के सामने पैसा कुछ भी नहीं है। हालांकि खोया हुआ पैसा हम बाद में कमाया जा सकता है, लेकिन एक बार समय बीत जाने के बाद यह फिर कभी पहले जैसा नहीं रहेगा। समय हमारे जीवन की एक पूंजी है, चाहे सुख हो, दुख हो, सफलता हो और असफलता हो, सब कुछ परोक्ष रूप से समय पर ही निर्भर है। समय के साथ समय के मूल्य को समझना आवश्यक है, अन्यथा आप जीवन भर पछताओगे। कहा भी गया है, समय किसी की प्रतीक्षा नहीं करता, यह काल चक्र है, इसकी गति कभी नहीं थमती है। समय आता है और चला जाता है। समय का महत्व न पहचानने वाला व्यक्ति अपना ही खुद का सर्वनाश करता है। एक उर्दू शायर ने भी लिखा है, गया वक्त फिर हाथ नहीं आता। समय रेत की तरह हमारी मुट्ठी से निकलता चला जाता है। इस तरह समय को हम नहीं बल्कि समय हमें नष्ट करता है। हम सभी के पास सिर्फ 24 घंटे होते हैं, लेकिन जिसने 24 घंटे का सही संयोजन किया उसने ही जिंदगी में बहुत कुछ हासिल कर दिया। संसार में सभी कीमती वस्तु समय है। संसार में सभी कार्य एक समय पर ही होते हैं। समय को न तो आरंभ है न अंत है। हमें सदैव समय का सदुपयोग करना चाहिए। हमें किसी भी कार्य कल पर नहीं टालना चाहिए। हमें सही समय पर सोना, उठना, खाना और काम करना चाहिए। हमें अपने आसपास और समाज को भी बेहतर बनाने के लिए समय को खर्च करना चाहिए। समय का महत्व हमें अनुशासन, उत्साह और संगठन की शिक्षा देता है। सही उपयोग कर लो समय का, यही है जीवन का सार। जो समय की करे कद्र वही बनता है सिकंदर। समय के साथ चलो, यही है जीवन की रीत। समय का सम्मान करें, यही जीवन की सच्ची पूंजी है। रविंद्रनाथ टैगोर ने भी कहा है, समय का सही उपयोग ही जीवन की सच्ची सफलता है। थैंक यू।
थैंक यू वेरी मच संध्या मैडम। आपने एक वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक समय, टाइम मैनेजमेंट, और ये बचपन से लेकर ओल्ड एज तक ये बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट चीज है। एक समय अनुशासन की लाइफ में एक डिसिप्लिन देता है, लाइफ में एक फोकस देता है। ये सभी डिपेंड करता है टाइम मैनेजमेंट आप कैसे करते हैं। आपने बहुत ही अच्छा चीज बोला एक दैट पैसा एक बार चला भी गया, पैसा वापस मिल भी सकता है, लेकिन समय एक बार चला गया तो समय कभी वापस नहीं आता है। आई थिंक दैट ही गोल्डन स्टेटमेंट, एब्सोल्युटली ट्रू। थैंक यू वेरी मच संध्या दत्त मैडम फॉर टॉकिंग अबाउट टाइम मैनेजमेंट। एक्सट्रीमली
थैंक यू सर।
थैंक यू। मैं रिक्वेस्ट दी नेक्स्ट स्पीकर कृष्ण कुमार सर।
Yeah, good evening, sir. Am I audible?
सर वेरी मच ऑडिबल सर।
Yeah. Thank you, Dr. Sengupta, sir, for giving me an opportunity to speak today. As we all know that on June 12th, there was a big national tragedy. An Air India Dreamliner flight from Ahmedabad to London crashed immediately after takeoff, and 241 out of 242 passengers died. A lone survivor seated in seat number 11A miraculously walked out of the exploding plane. In this context, I would like to talk about the unique fascination for number 11 in a Swiss town. Solothurn, a charming town nestled in the northwest of Switzerland, stands out not only for its picturesque landscape, but also for its unique fascination with the number 11. We will be surprised to know that everything in this town seems to revolve around this mystical number. From the precisely counted 11 churches, museums, chapels, historical fountains, and towers to the peculiar clock in the town square featuring an 11-hour dial with the number 12 conspicuously absent. Despite this numerical phenomenon being widely known among Solothurn's inhabitants, its origin remains veiled in mystery. One popular folklore suggests the tale of magical elves descending from the nearby Wiesenstein mountain to uplift the hard-working yet struggling people of Solothurn. In gratitude, the townfolk began incorporating the number 11 or elf in German as a tribute to these mystical creatures. Another theory links the obsession with 11 to biblical connotations, deeming it as a holy and prophetic number. Regardless of its roots, Solothurn's infatuation with the number 11 can be traced back through the centuries. The historical ties to the number 11 in Solothurn date back to 1252, when the guilds responsible for electing the town's council selected precisely 11 members. In 1481, Solothurn became the 11th canton of the Swiss Confederation, and a century later, it was divided into 11 protectorates. Even the existence of 11 different medieval societies or guilds further solidifies the significance of this number in the town's history. One outstanding manifestation of Solothurn's obsession with 11 is the awe-inspiring Cathedral of St. Ursus, crafted by Italian architect Gaetano Matteo Pisoni. This magnificent cathedral was meticulously constructed in 11 years. The cathedral features 3 sets of steps, each with 11 rows, 11 doors, 11 bells, and 11 altars, the latter made with 11 different types of marble. Even the arrangement of kneelers, pews, and the number of pipes on the grand organ follows the divisible by 11 pattern. The meticulous attention to detail extends to the cathedral's facade, measuring 3 into 11 meters in height, and tower measuring 6 by 11 meters up to the weathercock. The essence of 11 is omnipresent in this sacred place. The people of Solothurn have seamlessly integrated their fascination with the number 11 into their daily lives. Special celebrations are held on 11th birthdays and multiples thereof, and local products and businesses proudly incorporate the special number into their branding. From Ofi beer 11, to even Ofi yoga, 11 o'clock yoga, the number 11 finds its ways into various facets of life. There is even an 11-year-old whiskey matured in beer barrels in the works. Solothurn's mysterious bond with the number 11 has evolved into one of the town's primary tourist attractions. Visitors can delve into the enigma through themed tours dedicated to unraveling the secrets and significance behind the peculiar numerical obsession. Solothurn, with its captivating blend of history, folklore, and architectural marvels, offers an intriguing exploration into the allure of the number 11 that continues to captivate both locals and visitors alike. So maybe the number 11 seemed to have come into play in the life of one of the surviving passengers in the airline crash. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Krishna Kumarji. Have you gone to Solothurn or what? Have you visited Solothurn? Have you been there? You are muted.
No, I've gone to Switzerland, but I have not gone to this place.
That's the thing. Even I have gone to Switzerland, but I have never gone to the Solothurn. But you have thrown a magnificent, I mean to say, the idea about the particular place, and It will be exciting if some of us can go there.
Yeah.
But anyway, the number 11 is a very, very mystical number. The number 11 is considered to be a number connected to the universe. And you know this, the seat number 11A,
11.
somebody told me that this is not the first time. This is actually the second time in another
Second time.
so earlier class also. The passenger sitting in the same place, 11A, actually survived. Maybe it is because the coincidence, maybe because it is next to the emergency exit gate, etc., etc. But the number 11 definitely has got a very larger, mysterious connotation into the entire the planetary world and the spiritual world. Thanks a lot, Kishore Kumarji, for speaking
Thank
so
you.
nice for the number 11 and particularly the Sloyatan village. I didn't know about that place actually.
Thank you,
Thank you.
sir.
Thanks a lot. May I request the next speaker, अपने नवीन दुग्गल जी? दुग्गल जी?
Sir, he said he is not joining.
Are he's there very much.
Yeah, he had messaged actually.
And he has message, he's not joining. Okay. May I request Ramani Murthy, madam?
No, sir, now he is there.
But we are not able to hear you.
Sir, you are muted.
I am not muted. Naveen Duggal is also not muted, but we are not able to hear him. We are not able to hear you.
Can I speak later because I'll change the set. Afterwards,
Okay,
I could continue. Give me a second.
Ramani Murthy ji.
Can I speak later, sir, after some time? Because I'll put the other unit on.
Yeah.
Hello?
You please speak later on. Please speak later on. Ramani Murthy ji.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you.
Please.
Thanks, sir. Thank you, sir, for giving me this opportunity. And good evening to all the best of friends here. Okay, so today I'm going to speak about happiness. How to be happy in every situation. Things to do, find happiness in the small thing where we get happy. Happiness doesn't always require grand gestures or life-changing events. Often it's little things we do each day that make the biggest difference. Here are 10 simple yet powerful tips that can instantly lift your mood and keep you feeling good. Start your day with gratitude. Spend a few minutes each morning listing 3 things you are grateful for. This sets a positive tone for the day ahead. Move your body. Exercise. I'm sorry. Even in short bursts, like a 10-minute walk or a dance session, releases feel-good endorphins that boost your mood naturally. Limit social media time. Too much scrolling can lead to comparison and dissatisfaction. Set healthy boundaries with your screen time to stay present and peaceful. Smile even if you don't feel like it. Smiling can actually trick your brain into feeling happier. It's a small act with a big emotional payoff. Help someone without expecting anything. Acts of kindness, whether holding a door, complimenting someone, or volunteering, bring deep satisfaction and joy. Declutter a small space. Tidying up your desk, drawer, or room clears mental clutter too. A clean space can make you feel instantly lighter and more in control. Get enough sleep. Sleep deprivation affects moods, focus, and overall well-being. Prioritizing restful sleep is one of the easiest way to improve happiness. Spend time in nature. Even 15 minutes in fresh air or green spaces can reduce stress and elevate your mood. Nature has calming and rejuvenating effect. Laugh more. Watch a funny video, read a comic, or share jokes with friends. Laughter is one of the most natural and effective mood boosters. Last but not the least, accept and let go. Holding on to grudges or negative emotions weighs you down. Learning to accept, forgive, and let go can bring immense emotional freedom. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ramanamurthy Madam. The tips which you gave, the points which you gave, each point you can speak for hours actually.
Yes.
So they appear to be so simple, but they are so deep. Thank you very much for bringing out the connotations of happiness, the drivers of the happiness, the motivators of the happiness, and the propellers of the happiness. That's the most important thing. Small things which you talked about was fascinating. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
May we request the next speaker, Sundarayar Madam? Unmute करिए.
Audible? Audible?
Yeah, audible.
Yeah. So today, Namaskar, if you are Sengupta ji and all my friends of MRL. Today I'm going to talk about Upanishad. Upanishads form part of the Vedas, so it is very important. The oldest scriptures of mankind. They are considered to be the essence of Vedas. So that is why Upanishads are very important. They were not written at one time, but they were the Upa means pass mein rehna, beside the rishis, learned people, and learning something very important to the nature, the human being, good for human being. That is called Upanishad. Upanishad means Vidya of knowledge of Brahma. This knowledge helps to destroy the cycle of birth and death and helps to attain immortality. And people are telling there are 230 Upanishads, but actually we are thinking important Upanishads are 12. That is, Upanishads are Kathopanishad, Ishopanishad, Keno Upanishad, Mundago Upanishad, Taittiriya Upanishad, Chandaka Upanishad, Brahmadanya Upanishad, Atreya Upanishad, Prashno Upanishad, and Mundaka Upanishad. So 12 Upanishads are very important, and from that I am telling about Upanishads of Katha Upanishad. The Katha Upanishad opens with a dramatic scene. A Brahmin performed a sacrifice and gave away cows and other possessions to poor people. His son Nachiketa objected. He told the father that it was not proper to part with only the physical possession. He should give away his own son in sacrifice. His father thought this was a mere teenager joke. Literally, he replied, "I will offer you to Yama, the god of death." This was it. That was it. The boy took it seriously and he insisted on meeting the god of death. He set up on a long journey to meet Yama. After a long time journey, he was there with the gate of Yama's citadel. But they were not insisting, "Don't go, your time has not come." But the boy doesn't listen it. To begin with, Yama welcomed the guest. Yama welcomed the guest. He told him that he was pleased and that Nachiketa could ask 3 boons. Yama thought that the boy would ask for the same things that other people would desire. But Nachiketa proved him right by asking a simple boon. He said that he wanted his father to pardon him and welcome him home when he went back. He said, yes. Yama said, yes, it is Tadastu. Yama agreed and the boon was granted. Nachiketa then asked a second boon. He asked for the knowledge of the Agni Vidya. It should help him to go to heaven. He also agreed that. Yama thought that the boy wanted to boon which should give him all the pleasures of the world. Yama offered him a kingdom. He promised a place in paradise. He could enjoy the good things of life. He offered gifts of gold, victory over enemies. In fact, anything under the sun. But the boy was unimpressed. The third boon he asked for was to know what happened to man after death. He wants the knowledge about what is the life and death. What is the difference between life and death? It was the first time anyone had put this question to Yama. He said, Yama, enough, don't ask me. Even good, even gods have never asked this. And even gods do not know. Please do not persist. Leave me alone, Yama pleaded. But Nachiketa didn't allow him to go. He again and again asked, you tell me the truth of the life and after, what will happen after the death, after death. Yama gave up and started his teachings. Then he said, death, immortality of the soul, need for self-control, and the eternal struggle of man to choose between good and evil. This discussion on death is interesting for the spirituality inclined people. The dialogue on the body and soul and death is further developed in the Gita. Even the words are the same in certain places, like in Gita only. Gita and this Katha Upanishads, some things are same. The soul does not die, nor is it born. It has not emerged from anything, nor does it end in anything. It is eternal and does not perish when the body perishes. It is infinitely smaller than the smallest atom and larger than the largest thing you can imagine. The person who is detached from all bonds sees the truth. Imagine that you are the charioteer of your body. Body is the chariot. The mind is like reins in the control of the chariot. The senses are horses. If you don't have a firm grip on the reins, the horses will run amok. If you are wise and firm, you will be able to control the horses and reach the destination. When riddles on the pot are solved and man is liberated from the attachment, the day-to-day life, does man maintain immortality? This is nutshell in the substance of the teaching. This is a very small thing, but Emma said so many things. I cannot, in 5 minutes, I cannot explain all these things. So I am, this is the very small narration of the Nakita and Yama. But I am ending this with this because time is very little only. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Sundari Madam. I think one of the basic and the fun that Kathopanishad, after the story which you talked about the dialogue between Nachiketa and Yama, is tells about the essence of life. It talks
Yeah.
about everything about life actually, and uh, uh, what that has prompted many of us who have not read the Kathopanishad, who have not read the dialogue between the dialogue
Yamaha, yeah, Yama and
and I
Nachiketa.
think that will motivate them to read that one. That is the essence actually. Thank you very
Yeah,
much,
thank
Sundaram,
you,
for bringing out the story. Thanks a lot.
thank you, thank you.
May I request the next speaker, Padmakini Madam?
Yeah. Thank you, Dr. Sengupta ji. Thanks for the opportunity. I'm going to speak about 10 places where we should stay silent. This is applicable to everyone, all of us, including me. Be silent if you can't talk without ailing. Somebody is ailing at us and we have to reply ailing. We have to ail and tell something to them. We want to ail more than them, so more than the person who is ailing at us. So that time we have to be silent. In the heat of anger, when we are angry, really angry, we should count 10, not in the 1, 2, 3. It should be 10, 9, 8 like that. We have to count 10 and we should be silent at that time. If your words can offend someone, if we are really hurting someone, though they have hurt us, he has or she has hurt me, I should not, offend someone by my words. So that time I have to be silent. If that makes me, they're speaking to me, if that makes me gives me a lot of anger, that time I should be silent. If your words can destroy friendship, if I lose my friendship, a very long friendship, that time I should be silent if my words are hurting my friend. If your silence can save bonds, if you don't know the full story, if I don't know the full story, I should be silent always while speaking about any while speaking to about any topic. if I don't know the full story, or if I'm conversing with someone, if I don't know the full story, I will have to be silent. We have to keep silence in such circumstances. If speaking will only serve to boost your ego or seek validation. Sometimes in ego, when we have a lot of ego, we feel like ailing or shouting. That time we have to control ourselves and we have to be silent. If your words can betray someone's trust, if we lose trust somewhere by our talking, we have to think twice, and better to be silent, better to be in silence. When you lack knowledge about the topic, we don't know the topic and still we are going on talking and boring someone, such circumstances we should be silent, in silence. When someone is sharing their personal struggles and vulnerabilities, somebody is very, very sad, like my friend is very sad and she wants to discuss something with me, that time I have to listen to her, I have to lend my ears to her, I have to be in silence and listen to her. That will help her a lot to come out of her, struggle. Yeah, this is what I'm delivering this topic about be silent and places where you should be silent. Yeah, thank you so much for the opportunity.
Padmakini Madam, you spoke about a very peculiar topic, very unique topic. You put in that a very, very unique topic. Normally we speak about when we should speak.
Yeah.
You talked about a very interesting thought. You left a very, very interesting thought that the
Thank you
occasion
so much.
of the places or the moments where
Yeah.
we be silent,
Yeah.
where be silent, that has thrown a lot of food for thought. Let me put in that way, a lot of for thought for many of us. Thank you very much for a deep insight into the subject, and thanks a lot for enlightening us.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Is the next speaker Ujjwal Rai there? Well, I'm not able to see him. Ujjwal Rai, are you there? Otherwise, we go to the next speaker, Vijay Lakshmi Madam.
Yes, yes. Hello.
Yeah, please go.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Go ahead, please.
Good evening, Dr. Sengupta sir, and I'm very thankful to you for giving me another opportunity in Sabki Suno, and good evening to all my MRL friends. Today I'm going to talk about an article on the thought process. Certain things happen for good, but one feels disappointed. Now let's see some of the incidents occur accidentally. For example, no one expected the recent Air India air crash, which was a huge disaster, killing 241 passengers who traveled by that unfortunate flight, and also even killing the BS Medical College students. But there was one person, one man who miraculously survived. That was unpredictable, and somewhere someone missed that same flight, maybe by minutes, maybe by chance. For them, life has given another chance to realize how fragile this life truly is. Now, let's evaluate certain incidents which happens for good. My friend once raised a cup of tea and said, I prefer not to wish anyone health or wealth, but only luck. Because most people in the flight were healthy and rich, but only one of them was lucky. It makes you think, right? Did you know a senior executive survived the 26/11 attacks? He took his son to his first day of nursery. Another man lived because it was his turn to grab some vada pav as he was feeling hungry. One woman survived because her alarm didn't go off. Someone else was late because of Mumbai traffic jam. One missed the bus. Another spilled coffee and had to change clothes. Someone's car wouldn't start. Another returned home to answer a phone call. One person was delayed because his child was being unusually slow. One man simply couldn't catch a local train. But the story that struck me most a man who wore new shoes to work that day. On his way, his feet hurt, and he stopped at the pharmacy to buy band-aids. That's what saved his life. Ever since I heard that, I started thinking differently. Now, when I'm stuck in traffic, when I miss the elevator, when I forget something and have to turn back, when my morning just doesn't go as planned, I try to pause and trust. Maybe this delay is not a setback. Maybe it's divine timing. Maybe I'm exactly where I'm meant to be. So, next time your morning falls apart, the kids are slow, the keys go missing, you hit every red light. Don't stress. Don't snap in disgust. It might just be luck in disguise. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Rajni ji, Vijayalakshmi ji. I think you gave a piece to ponder. We get stressed up when
Yes.
we miss a train or when we see a red light or we see that we're going to miss a flight.
Right.
It could be something else actually. It could be a divine intervention.
Yes.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for telling the predictabilities and unpredictabilities of life.
Correct.
Uh, not to get any, not to do something which is we can't do. That's so
Right.
leave it. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you, everyone.
हमारे नेक्स्ट स्पीकर हैं बोलने वाले सलूजा साहब. अपने आप को अनम्यूट करिए प्लीज.
Hello, good evening.
हाँ सर, प्लीज गो अहेड सर.
Today's my topic is heal yourself and save the environment. On 5th June, we celebrated World Environment Day. What if every river reflected peace, every forest hummed harmoniously, and the air we breathe felt like a gentle embrace? Such a world begins within. On World Environment Day, let's remember two often overlooked truths. Our emotional health shapes the environment, and the environment deeply affects our well-being. Our emotions are energy that ripples outwards as vibrations, influencing the five elements. Calm and loving minds nourish nature, whereas stress and negativity disrupt it. Our inner state directly influences the state of nature. Here is how. One is air. Air is not just made of particles, it holds vibrations. When you feel irritated, speak harshly, thus with anxiety or carry insecurity, these emotions spread into the atmosphere, creating vibrational environment of your home, workplace, and world. That is why every space has a distinct vibe. You feel peace in a place of worship and restlessness in a hospital. We create these vibes, and once they are in the air, they affect our mind and body. Our responsibility: choose peaceful thoughts, kind words to create a high vibration environment that uplifts and heals. Water bodies, spiritual tradition worldwide use water for purification, not only physically but also vibrationally. Water absorbs emotions. A calming shower after a tense day is not just refreshing, it clears our energy, the feelings we carry, love, fear, stress, gratitude are absorbed by the water around us in our homes, cities, and the planet. Our responsibility before sipping water, pause, infuse it with a prayer, affirmation, or gratitude. Your intention energizes the water to heal your mind and body. Vegetation, visually two plants both given the same sunlight and water. One is nurtured with love, the other with frustration. You already know which will thrive. Our responsibilities: nurture your mind, avoid contents filled with ego, lust, violence, fear, or pain. Fill your mind daily with spiritual wisdom. Your vibrations are absorbed by the food we grow and consume. Honor our farmers. Do not bargain for lower prices. When our farmers are happy, their crops carry vibration of well-being. That meditate daily, just 10 to 15 minutes of meditation daily builds emotional strength. You begin to respond, not react impulsively to scenes throughout the day. Choose a plant-based diet. It supports gut health, uplifts mental energy, and reduces your environmental footprint. When we transform, the environment heals it and begins to heal. Thank you.
सलूजा साहब, आपने बहुत अच्छा बोला, आपने एक नया डायमेंशन दिया। हम एनवायरमेंटल की जब भी बात करते हैं तो जनरली हम बोलते हैं प्लांट करो, प्लांट वो करो, प्लांट रोपो, यू नो दोस टाइप ऑफ थिंग आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट, but you gave a completely spiritual dimension to it that create a positive vibration in the entire universe, so that everything around you will get energized positively. So environment will automatically become positive and we all will be happy. I think if I've understood it properly, that's essentially the thought process आपका था। बहुत ही अच्छा नया unique thought process था। Thank you very much for bringing out a new dimension to the environmental management. Thanks a lot, Saluja
Thank
sir.
you. Thank you.
May I request the next speaker? She's already there. Krishnavani madam.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, sir. And good evening to all my peers here. I know I'll be encouraged by you all. My topic is we are all in line, which keeps moving and nobody knows when our turn will come. My background also says the same thing. In this world, there are many lines. We always, हम कतार में ही खड़े रहते हैं, but we know that these lines we will reach the counter, we will reach, get our tickets, or which will get whatever we are standing for. But we, and then even in calls, we keep hearing, your call is important to us, kindly be online. But there is one line, we don't have to call, but we have to be keep on waiting, absolutely without any idea when our turn will be there. In this context, I bring a samvad between Yudhishthira and a Yaksha. Actually, it is Yamadharma Raja who is disguised as Yaksha and asking many philosophical questions to Yudhishthira. And one of the questions was, what is the greatest wonder in this world? Yudhishthira replies, everybody, people die, and yet those who are alive behave as if they are immortal. And every day, countless people keep dying, but those alive will act as if they are going to live forever and ever. So that is the greatest wonder, he replied. In Indian scriptures, there is also something called as Mashana Vairagya. Vairagya is a detachment. So what happens is when we are at funerals or some sad events, so we keep thinking what is there, we are not going to carry anything with us. So it's a feeling of lost. We don't need anything with to take with us, nothing we can hold on to. We can't stick to anything. We should let go of things and everything. But you know what? It is very short-lived. And we just forget and get back to our usual desires and attachments till the next warning comes or the next event. It may not be we, it may be somebody else. So it is called Smashana Vairagya. In Bhutan, what they do is when somebody dies, they do meditation. Because in meditation, they feel the feeling of hoarding, the feeling of grudges, the feeling of being bound to anything, holding on to things. everything is dissolved in the meditation. So that's what the Bhutan people, one of the very happiest country, feels like. And there is a Stoic philosophy which called as memento mori, which literally means in Latin, remember that you will die. It's a reminder of life's impermanence, urging us to live with intention and purpose. But many people feel it's like when you know time is limited, you stop wasting it, stop holding grudges, stop proving your worth to wrong people. You start choosing meaning over money and things like that. There are many philosophies and similar manner, but what stands out for me is one talk by Steve Jobs at the Stanford. Many of you might have read it about it. He said, death is very likely the single best invention of life. It is life's change agent. He said, remembering that you are going to die is the best way to avoid the trap of thinking you have something to lose. So he says we should ask ourselves, looking at the mirror, is if today is my last day, would I want to do what I am about to do today? And this question, he found it to be a powerful tool for making life choices and staying true to his passions. If the answer is no for continuously many days, he knew that needs to make changes in his actions to align with his values. So his own mortality made him prioritize what is truly important. And this came at a particular time, like when he was detected with cancer diagnosis, and he faced the reality of his own mortality, and it found to be a crucial tool for making decisions. So it's a very powerful feeling to know that. Is it very powerful? I think everybody will agree with that. That is what awareness of death does. It strips away the noise. It helps you to live on purpose. Every minute someone leaves this world behind, and we are all in the line, in the queue, without knowing how close we are to the front. Closer home, we all will remember the famous dialogue of film Anand. Babu Moshai, Zindagi badi honi chahiye, lambi nahi. So while we are wait in the line, let us make the moments count. Let's make peace with ourselves, peace with the past. Let us make time for what truly matters. Let us make sure the people we love know that we love and care for them. Let us appreciate life every day while we wait in line, and remember to be grateful for so many things in life. Be humble and make a difference in whatever we can. Because in the end, we don't get to choose when we leave the line, but we do get to choose how we live while we are in it, and choose wisely. Thank you.
मैडम आपने तो एकदम माहौल को फिलोसॉफी दिया. You made all of us, because we always talk about the awareness about life. You talked about awareness about death. And if awareness of the death is a reality, then how to lead a life. That's what the Steve Jobs talked about in the last days.
Yes,
So
thank
that's
you.
an important philosophical statement. All of us knowing pretty well that we may have to depart one day or the other. How to lead a meaningful life? How to lead a meaningful life? So that we are at least happy that we lived a good life,
Thank
whether
you, sir.
the future remembers us or not. But I think that's very, very important thought. May I now call upon our last speaker of the day, Mr. R.K. Modi, please. Modi Sab.
यस सर, थैंक यू सर. एक्चुअली आज मैं वाणी के ऊपर बोलूंगा. जो मनुष्य बोलते हैं उसकी जो वाणी है उसके ऊपर बोलूंगा. ऐसा कहते हैं कि व्यक्तित्व विकास के लिए भाषा के साथ वाणी की मधुरता भी आवश्यक है. आपने सुना होगा कि सब कहते हैं कि हमें अच्छा बोलना चाहिए. क्या आपने सोचा है कि सभी मधुर वचन बोलने की सीख क्यों देते हैं? आज हम महान कवियों के, महात्माओं के दोहों के माध्यम से उन्हीं उपदेशों को आपके समक्ष लेकर आए हैं। शब्द समारे बोलिए, शब्द के हाथ न पाओ, एक शब्द औषधि करे, एक करे घाव। कबीरदास जी की यह रचना विशेषकर उन लोगों के लिए जो है बोलने से पहले सोच विचार नहीं करते। कभी कहते हैं कि शब्द के हाथ या पांव नहीं होते। हम मीठे शब्द बोलें अथवा कटु शब्द बोलें, ये हमारे नियंत्रण में है। मीठे शब्द औषधि के समान लोगों को स्वस्थ करता है और कटु शब्द लोगों के मन पर घाव कर जाता है, क्योंकि मीठे शब्द व्यक्ति के चित्त को प्रसन्न करते हैं और वहीं खरी खोटी बातें लोगों को कष्ट पहुंचाती है और अपने को भी चुपती रहती है। कागा का को धन हरे, कोयल का को दे, मीठा शब्द सुनाए के जग अपनों कर ले। फिर कबीर जी ने कहा कि मनुष्य अपने रूप रंग धन प्रतिष्ठा से नहीं बल्कि अपनी वाणी से ही पहचान बनाता है। कौवा किसी का धन नहीं चुराता है और कोयल किसी को धन नहीं देती है। फिर भी कौवे को लोग पसंद नहीं करते हैं और कोयल को सभी पसंद करते हैं, सबको प्रिय लगता है। ऐसी वाणी बोलिए, मन का आपा खोए, औरन को शीतल करे, आप ही शीतल होए। ये भी कबीर जी की वाणी है कि मनुष्य की मीठी वाणी चमत्कारी प्रभाव उत्पन्न करती है। हमें अपने मन से अहंकार, अभिमान एवं अहम की भावना का त्याग करके मीठी वाणी बोलनी चाहिए। हमारी मीठी वाणी लोगों को शीतलता प्रदान करती है और साथ ही हमें भी सुख देती है। मुंह से निकले कटु वचन न केवल सामने वाले व्यक्ति को कष्ट पहुंचाती बल्कि हमें भी कुंठित करती है। तुलसी मीठे वचन ते सुख उपजत चहुँ ओर, वशीकरण एक मंत्र है, तजिए वचन कठोर। यहाँ तुलसीदास जी कहते हैं कि मीठे वचन से सब और सुख ही उत्पन्न होता है। यह एकमात्र ऐसा वशीकरण मंत्र है जिससे किसी को भी अपने वश में किया जाता है। अतः मानव को कठोर वचन का त्याग कर मीठे वचन का आलिंगन करना चाहिए। मीठे बोल लोगों को मोहित कर लेते हैं। एक शब्द सो प्यार है, एक शब्द क्यों प्यार, एक शब्द सब दुश्मना, एक शब्द सब यार। यहाँ भी कबीरदास जी कहते हैं कि एक शब्द ऐसा है जिससे प्रेम उत्पन्न होता है एवं एक शब्द ऐसा है जिससे प्रेम नष्ट हो जाता है। दोनों ही सब उसी मुख से निकलते हैं, किंतु एक शब्द से सभी मनुष्य शत्रु बन जाते हैं और एक शब्द से शत्रु भी यार अर्थात मित्र बन जाते हैं। दोनों रही मन एक से, जो लो बोलत नाई, जान परत है काक पिक, ऋतु बसंत के माही। वाणी हमारी पहचान है। रहीम कवि कहते हैं कि काक अर्थात कौआ एवं पिक यानी कि कोयल देखने में एक ही समान है, किंतु जब बसंत ऋतु आती है उनकी बोली सुनाई पड़ती है तो कोयल की मीठी कुक एवं कौवे के कर्कश स्वर सुनकर दोनों के बीच का अंतर पता चल जाता है। हमारे मुख से निकले शब्द ही हमारे विचार एवं व्यक्तित्व का आईना होते हैं। इसलिए मीठी वाणी वाले व्यक्ति को सज्जनों की उपमा दी जाती है और दुर्जन व्यक्ति अपने शब्दों से पहचाने जाते हैं। अतः आपको तय करना है कि कैसे बोलना है। अब निष्कर्ष ये है कि सभी दोहे मीठी वाणी बोलने के लिए प्रेरित करते हैं। तुलसीदास जी, रहीम एवं कबीरदास जी द्वारा रचित ये दोहे हमें एक तरफ कटुवचन की बुराइयों से दो चार करवाते हैं तो वहीं दूसरी तरफ मीठे बोल की महत्ता का बोध भी करवाते हैं। धन्यवाद।
धन्यवाद मोदी जी, आपने बहुत बहुत ही एक इम्पोर्टेंट चीज बोली, दैट पीपल आर नोन बाय नॉट व्हाट दे स्पीक बट हाउ दे स्पीक।
करेक्ट सर।
तो ये बहुत ही इम्पोर्टेंट चीज है। और आपने जैसे बोला दैट एक ही मुंह है लेकिन उसमें से कभी मधुर बात अगर बात करते हैं तो उसमें आपको दुश्मन भी दोस्त बन जाता है। और
जी सर।
वही अगर कोई गलत आपने बात बोल दिया, कठोर आपने बात बोल दिया, एक दोस्त भी दुश्मन बन जाता है। अब आपको ही निष्कर्ष करना है, आपको ही सोचना है कि आप मधुर बात करेंगे या कठोर बात करेंगे। बहुत अच्छी बात बोले अपनी, बहुत अच्छा फूड फॉर थॉट है ये फॉर ऑल ऑफ अस, दैट हाउ टू स्पीक विद द पीपल, हाउ टू बिहेव विद द पीपल, दैट इज एन एक्सटेंशन ऑफ द स्पीकिंग, हाउ टू बिहेव विद द पीपल। बहुत अच्छा बात आपने। थैंक यू वेरी मच फॉर स्पीकिंग।
थैंक यू सर।
आई थिंक नवीन दुग्गल जी, आप क्या हैं अपने अंदर में? आर यू देयर?
Yes, sir.
Please, please go ahead. You are the privilege
Oh,
of the last speaker, not the least,
sorry.
not at all.
ज्यादा वक्त ना लेते हुए मैं पहले सबका धन्यवाद करते हुए, सब स्पीकरों ने बहुत अच्छा बोला, और उससे ज्यादा डॉक्टर सेन गुप्ता जी जो हमारी ड्राइविंग फोर्स है, मोटिवेशनल फोर्स है, हमारे गुरु या हमारे मेंटर हैं, आई वुड पर्सनली थैंक हिम फ्रॉम द इनर कोर ऑफ माय हार्ट. These are the treasures of moments of every moment for each performance that we are successful. But do you know why? इसलिए कि हमारे जो टास्क मास्टर हैं वो हमें स्पर में रहते हैं. टाइम मैनेजमेंट, अनकंडीशनल लव, अनकंडीशनल ऑब्जेक्शन, अनकंडीशनल आर्गुमेंट्स के बजाय कोई आर्गुमेंट करे बिना हम परफॉर्म करते हैं. वो क्यों करते हैं, ये भी एक बहुत बड़ी गाथा है. अभी देखिए आज का समय, जब ये एरोप्लेन क्रैश भी हो गया और इतने चले गए, तो ये जो मेडिटेशन हर वर्ड कहता है, मेरा ख्याल है मैं पिछली बार ऐसे ऐसे करके मैंने कहा था राम 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 राम, स्पीड में बोला था, फिर स्लो किया, फिर राम, शुक्र है मालिक, शुक्र है. सेल्फ talk with yourself every day early in the morning will definitely help you to overcome all these stresses and management. But avoid this media. ये कम वक्त मीडिया हमें बहुत कंफ्यूज कर देते हैं, एक तरफ कुछ कहते हैं दूसरे कह जाते. सो योर डेली एक्शन प्लान हर रोज रखने से आपको फॉलो अप करना हम भूल जाते हैं. हमारे हेल्थ का हो, फाइनेंशियल हो, फ्रेंड सर्कल का हो, गैदरिंग का हो, मैं भी भूल जाता हूँ, क्योंकि एज वी एज वी से अरे क्या जरूरत है. मैं कहता हूँ मरने तक नहीं, अगले जन्म तक हम प्रिपेयर कर रहे हैं. The importance of all these activities, all this part 2 of our life is not waste. It is a very creative energy created every day, so that you should spend your time happily, enjoyable, and with a smile. Now further that, what you plant in your mind today, you will harvest in your action tomorrow. बट कई बार जब ओल्ड एज होती है, आफ्टर 60, 70, 80 में हम भूलने की, ड्यू टू एजिंग का हो, ड्यू टू सर्कमस्टांसेस बोलो, एटमॉस्फेयर बोलो, दैट इज नॉट कंजीनियल. व्हाट इज द रीजन फॉर दैट इज दैट यू आर नॉट फोकस्ड ऑन द ड्राइव because of the environment noise. The noise consists of TV, people, relatives around, rain, whatever disasters happen. So instead of worrying about it, let's find a way how I can manage myself and pass through this path beautifully. जब ड्राइविंग करते हैं तो सारे सिग्नल जाम होते हैं, काफी हम डिफिकल्ट देखते हैं, लेकिन अगर अंदर राम 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 या किसी भी अपने गॉड का नाम लेना शुरू कर दो तो समय बड़े आसानी से गुजर जाता है. वो इसलिए कि हमारा ध्यान राम पे होता है और एक्शन हमारे फिजिकल बॉडी, माइंड और सोल पे होते हैं. तो ये बड़ा इंपॉर्टेंट है. ईटिंग इन टाइम, हर बार हम कहते हैं फीलिंग्स एंड इमोशंस, प्लीज डोंट टेक इट वेरी सीरियसली, क्योंकि वी आर टू मेक मिस्टेक्स एज छोटे बच्चे, बड़े बच्चे, बट डजंट मीन मिस्टेक, बट आई शुड नॉट रिपीट इट. I should improve myself. I should be a good performer. If I am happy within, then only I can give happiness to others. If I am at calmness within, I can give happy moments in silence to others. And if I have that blessings of each one of you, I am successful. With that, I will not take much टाइम, बट ओनली आई विल से, अगर चल नहीं पा रहे तो कोई बात नहीं, टीवी है, उसका सही उपयोग करो. आर्म चेयर ट्रैवल है, आर्म चेयर स्पिरिचुअल बीइंग है, हर टॉपिक पे थोड़ा सा टाइम दो, लर्न व्हेन टू कट इट डाउन. विद दैट अपनी वाणी को मैं अभी विश्राम देता हूँ. बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद सबने मुझे मौका दिया, और डॉक्टर सेन गुप्ता जी आप सबका आशीर्वाद है. थैंक यू सो मच. जय हिंद.
रविंद्र जी, आपने तो फिलोसफी की बात कर दी, हाउ टू लिव, हाउ टू लिव, उसके बारे में बात किया. बहुत अच्छा रहा आपका टॉक. लास्ट में हुआ उससे और अच्छा हुआ, दैट the philosophy of life has come out of it. How to live happily, how to be good to others, and so on and so forth. So friends, we had an excellent
Thank you.
session today. We had a discussion on several aspects, starting from the philosophy of life to the philosophy of the death. I mean, say, you can say anything. We had a very, very excellent discussion today on various topics, from army to the time management to where to remain silent. I mean, say everything we learned today. A lot of food for thought for many of us. A lot of new places we learned about. Krishna Kumar ji had Slovakian बोल कोई Switzerland का जगह बोले जहाँ पे everything is hovering around the number 11. So I'm talking about we learned a lot of new things today. That's a great thing actually. So we look forward to the Suno program of the next month. Goodbye and good night. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Your,
Thank
your
you.
unparalleled anchoring.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Uncle.
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.